Yo, 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 what up, what up? This is AniYayAniNay. Welcome to our second episode. I am your host, as of course, John.
And I'm Joey.
All right, you ready? Because we're ready. Let's get started. Do I sound emo for you? I'm just playing with you, everyone listening in. Anyway, for all you listening there, welcome back to AniYayAniNay, as of course. You know what we do. We review animes that you guys send to us, or the most latest animes out there. Right now, we're starting off pretty well. We got a lot of views for our first podcast. Thank you for all your support as well.
We really appreciate it, man.
Okay, well, first we're going to start off with some of the local news. First of all, coming out there, starting with My Hero Academia, since it's what we reviewed last week, right?
Right.
Yeah, well, starting at NYC on November 19th, there will be a My Hero Academia concert.
If you like anime, like My Hero Academia, you might as well go ahead and get to it.
Yeah. Why does NYC and California get all the good stuff?
Facts. We ain't got nothing.
We got Dragon Con.
You're right.
That's about it.
Other than that, I mean, ain't really nothing else here.
I wouldn't say nothing, but I mean, we get MomoCon, we get Dragon Con, but Dragon Con's the main one everyone looks forward to.
But it ain't been, so I mean, you know.
But another big note, on that very same date will be that on Netflix, the new series, live-action Cowboy Bebop, will be coming out as well. The main thing that really struck my interest from that is that John Cho will be playing Spike Spiegel, the main character. You do know who John Cho is, right, Joker?
Yeah.
Harold and Kumar, buddy. For those who don't know about Cowboy Bebop, it's an actual very old-fashioned retro anime. It's one of the animes that I actually grew up on. Basically, it's about a crew of bounty hunters in the future, basically making a living on their ship called the Bebop. It basically captures like the very old-fashioned neo-noir take on films that you saw back in the late 40s and the early 60s, basically with dark transitions as well as shadow cinematography. Basically, it's a French term translating dark movie. But also, its main themes were resembled like adult boredom and loneliness, as well as escaping one's past. Though I'm really hoping that this live-action adaptation also captures like the zest of the classic anime. If it doesn't, then I'm out. You can't change things, right?
I mean, you can't change nothing really. You gotta at least keep it somewhat to the classic. The classic is where it's at for real.
Yeah, that's like making Gundam, but with no robots.
Facts. What would that be? What? A regular old warrior movie?
Also, big in news today will be the Sword Art Online progressive arc film will be coming out as well. Of course, those who are big fans of Sword Art Online, basically, you should know the story of what Sword Art Online is about. It's one of those video game animes which everyone is in love with.
Everyone. Like, nobody in there is not in love with it.
Definitely not. Basically, the SAO film came out in Japan back on November. Basically, will be coming out on November 26th, but it will also be getting an American release here on December 3rd. It's basically retelling the story of Asuna and Kirito when they were basically not together. The story
when they first fell in love. Basically.
Well, yes, it builds up to that, but it also shows parts that we didn't see with them when they were like on their own. It's like, that's why it's called the progressive arc. This whole arc will be a flashback that will be covered in this movie. So this takes us back to season 1, which actually is still possibly my favorite season.
Season 1 was the best one to me too. But that's where you really see Kirito first initially start getting used to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, first initially going in on it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, he was like the go-to guy. He was amazingly, everyone outsized him because he was considered a beater or beta tester. And then, of course, there were other beta testers out there. Of course, Kirito's still not my favorite character of SAO. It's actually Klein that's my favorite character. He's the comic relief, really, of the whole group. But he's really strong, though. Though, if you get deeper into season 2, of course, you know that Kirito is not the strongest player online.
There's always going to be someone stronger.
Yeah, but I don't know if you've actually watched season 2 or that part yet, but of course, that girl Yuki was much stronger than him.
Yeah, I do remember Yuki.
Yes, because even Kirito says that if she had been an SAO, then she would have probably gotten the dual wielding skill, not him. But also, those are all the big news stories that we've heard so far. So, if anybody's interested in like a My Hero concert at NYC, or watching Cowboy Bebop, or looking forward to the Sword Art Online movie, please go check them out. We wouldn't want you to miss anything.
I know I would if I could.
Well, you can get Netflix for Cowboy Bebop, but as for the movie, you have to go to theaters, and hopefully we get a release here.
Yeah.
Well, let's move away from news now and actually move into more about what we've been doing recently. I've actually been watching a few other animes that I have watched before. One of them being Kake Guri, another being I know I mentioned this on the last podcast about ecchi animes, but one of them I've been watching was Girls Bravo. I watched that one to get a laugh.
I've been on Tokyo Revengers. I need the next episode to come out. If they are doing any more.
I think Tokyo Revengers ended after that first season. It wasn't a very long manga, and they pretty much
It wasn't, but I mean, they should have kept it going if they did end it. I don't even know, to be honest. I just got told about it, so I was just like, you know what, I'll give it a shot. But and then the same one that you had, I can't ever say that name.
It's Kake Guri.
Yeah, that one.
Basically, Kake Guri is about a girl named Yumiko who goes to a school where everything's derived on gambling.
Well, first, she's not actually there. She gets transferred there.
Well, technically, yes.
So, she chooses to transfer there. That's the actual thing. She actually chooses to transfer there. She wants to go there.
Of course she does. Who wouldn't want to go to the place called Yakao Academy, where everything is derived on gambling? The whole school is derived on who is the strongest.
You got the most willpower, you can do it.
It's based about more than just about will. It's about survival of the fittest. Because if you've watched Yumiko, you know it's not about her will. She just does it for the fun. Because she's insane.
She just does it for the thrill.
Yeah, well, I guess if you get off
Sounds like fun.
Well, I guess if you get off on thrills, then please be my guest. Why don't you give us a little bit more background on Tokyo Revengers? I actually haven't gotten to that, even though it's been out for a while.
Well, you see, Tokyo Revengers, it's basically about this kid that can travel in time, like travel 12 years to the past. I believe it's 12 years. And he originally gets pushed out into like a train or whatever, and that's what triggers it. But, or at least he thinks it's just like a like I see my life flashing between my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Before my eyes. Well, he's basically trying to go back in time and save this girl that he likes and all, right, from getting killed in the future. Whenever he realizes that he's going back in time, and that the girl's brother is who helps him like travel and all. He goes back in time the first time whenever he gets pushed out in front of the train, all, and then he winds up saving her brother because they both died on the same day and all. Well, he winds up saving her brother, and then because he saved her brother, he like, I guess like something happens where like every time they shake hands or whatever, it would trigger where he was going back in time 12 years to the past, and then it would go and then back into the future. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It kind of sounds like this anime I watched called Erased, where basically this guy who's a manga writer ends up going back to the past when he was a kid, and he ends up trying to find out who killed one of his friends who was in elementary school.
That's basically, I guess you can say that's basically what it was. But how it is, it's just you got basically a gang war that they're also trying to stop. If they stop the gang war, then it stops her from dying, the girl from dying, and everybody else from dying. Well, whenever he goes back in time, and he's a disciple or whatever, right? So back whenever he was younger and all, he didn't really he just did whatever they told him to. You know, he was being bullied and stuff like that. Basically, did what they told him to and all that. Well, this time he's talking about becoming the king of the mafia group because that's it. That's the only way he can see saving the girl. And he's basically just getting. I feel like he's just getting tired of going back in time every day, because he can only go back in time 12 years to the past for the day that he's on. Okay, so if it's October 1st, 2021, he'll go back to the past October 1st, 12 years in the past.
That would be 2009.
You get what I'm saying? So he would do that, and that's the furthest that he could go. Now, whenever he would go on be in the past trying to stop everything from happening, right? As the day goes on, he goes into the future, 12 years in the future, to the day.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's sort of like a mixture between Erased and seems like it also has that Yu Yu Hakusho kind of feel to it as well. Another classic that I remember. Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho was the shit back in the day. Well, getting down to the main business of basically telling you all about us, let's get down straight into our review now. Basically, for a review today, we're going to be reviewing, of course,
One Piece.
Strong World. Of course, this is one of the older One Piece movies. Of course, the last one that came out was One Piece Stampede. And, well, One Piece Strong World was released for a certain limited time to celebrate the 1000th episode of One Piece coming out in the series. You believe that?
1000 episodes. I'm not even that far, okay?
I think the only other anime to get that far was Pokemon. Not even Naruto got that far.
I'm not even that far, man. I'm still way behind.
Yes, that's why you said you were confused when you were seeing some of the...
Yeah, some of the characters threw me off for a second. Then I had to think about it. I was like, wait a minute. I'm not caught up here yet. Stop tripping. Just watch the show and enjoy it.
Yeah. Please watch it and enjoy it.
Because, I mean, I saw some of the new characters. I was like, huh? Who are you? When'd you get here? What are you doing? You're not part of the team.
You didn't even know. You're not even at the part where they get the Sunny yet, man. You got a lot of catching up to do.
I got a lot. But that's what I get for not watching it.
Yeah, for starting, basically. One Piece just to give you guys a heads up before we start going into the film, we don't want to give away any spoilers. So if you haven't seen this One Piece movie, but I'm pretty sure if you're a fan of One Piece, I'm pretty sure you have. But spoiler alert, just in case you haven't.
We're going to do that every single one. Every single podcast. We're going to let y'all know it's a spoiler alert.
Yes. But basically, One Piece Strong World takes place in between the Thriller Bark arc and the Sabaody Archipelago arc, before Luffy meets Boa Hancock, and after he has just met Brook to join his crew. The main villain, of course, is Shiki, the Golden Lion from the Golden Lion Pirates, and he was once a member of the Rock Pirates, which were a big name pirate group back during Golden Roger's day. Golden Roger was the one who dethroned them from being the strongest pirates. Shiki is very well known, being well known for being the first prisoner to ever escape from Impel Down, and also has devil fruit powers from the float fruit, giving him the ability to float on
anything he touches.
Yes.
Except for people. He can float himself, but that is it for people-wise.
When we first catch up with the Straw Hats in this movie, Luffy is alone on an island fighting mutated monsters, of course. He ends up getting chased by one, and then the mutated monster that was chasing him ends up getting killed. And then he kills the one that killed that first mutated monster. The other Straw Hats as well are separated into 3 groups. You first have Sanji, and he's with Usopp. You have Zoro, and he's with Chopper. Zoro's your favorite character, right?
Always. and then that move he pulled got me.
The final group, of course, is Nico, Robin, Frankie, and their newest crew member, Brook. Now, I'm sure you're all wondering, what about Nami? Nami's the navigator.
Right.
Well, cool.
She wound up getting took, though. You know, Shiki said, hey, you're mine.
Nami ends up being taken against her will by Shiki. Of course, we're wondering, how the heck did this happen? Where are we? When did this happen? And of course, we get our flashbacks shown days earlier that the Straw Hats heard of an attack on the East Blue Sea, which is where most of the crew members had come from.
Right before Shiki's ship flew over them. Looked like a whole island.
Yeah. Hey, if you had a whole island in the sky, you would be amazed too.
I mean, if I looked up in the sky and I saw a whole island floating above me with paddles, or whatever they're called.
Yeah, paddles.
I'd be like, wow, I wish I had power like that.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Watch your head there, man.
My bad, y'all. That's like the second time that's happened.
I told you guys, he needs professional help. But getting back to the review, basically, after evading a storm and being told of the storm on the floating island, basically, Shiki finds out that it was Nami who told them about the storm and told them to evade it. And when hearing about the East Blue's attack, Luffy says that he's going to protect the East Blue, and Shiki asks them, or provides them, a safe passage, and that he will take them there. Little do they know that he's actually tricking them so that he can take Nami.
Just so he can have his own navigator that can see the cyclones, because that's the only ones that his navigators couldn't get popped up before they had completely popped up, because they didn't pop up on the radar.
Yeah, well,
that's the reason why he wanted her, because she outdid his navigators.
Nami is a very unique navigator, as you've seen from the series. Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure you've noticed that. Nami
has her own power for navigation.
She has a talent for it. Basically, Shiki offers Nami to become his navigator, but she refuses to become his navigator. She ends up protecting a bird named Billy.
Yeah, they named Luffy named him Billy.
Yeah.
Because of the lightning.
Yeah. He can produce electricity, and he looks like a duck. He's produced by one of Shiki's minions called Dr. Indigo.
Dr. Indigo.
Who Zoro will kick his ass later.
Yes. Yes, he does.
Shiki informs Nami that a plant called IQ is, of course, the reason why animals like Billy are being mutated. And he has every IQ plant there is on his island ship. Sanji and Usopp, meanwhile, while Shiki is telling Nami all this, are battling animals because Sanji is a doofus, calling out for Nami and Robin.
Even though that they're not there. No matter what he does, he can't find them.
Zoro and Chopper save a girl named Xiao after Zoro led them around in a circle for 3 whole days.
Oh my god, Zoro just don't know his sense of direction. I can tell you that part.
Yeah. Well, I think they know if you point him to the direction of the bathroom, he'll walk the complete opposite way.
Yeah. Hey, it's this way. Oh, it is okay.
You don't even walk in the direction you're pointing at. Basically, Zhao leads Zoro and Chopper to her village, where they hear about poisonous plants around the village, and finding out the long-term exposure on humans can kill them. Zhao's grandmother is ill from the plants, and figuring out that the cure is the IQ plant. But of course, the IQ plant can't be found because Shiki has taken all of it.
Every last bit of it. He said, it's all mine, you gonna die today.
Shiki uses the IQ for experiments on the other animals. Sanji and Usopp learn that Shiki also has taken every man and young woman to his palace, leaving only the elderly there and also the young kids.
And now, mind you, the reason why all of them are broken up in groups is because while they were heading to the Blue Sea, supposedly, whenever Shiki was saying that he was taking them with clear passage, he wound up taking them to his floating islands, which he then takes the boat and smacks all of them in a circle.
Just a quick refresher there.
Just to make sure everybody gets that part. Then that's what leads them to where they're like thrown all over the floating islands and stuff like that. So they're not just on one island, they're actually on like multiple floating islands, all separated.
Picking back up where we left off for that brief flashback from Joker. Sanji, after realizing about everyone being taken to the palace, Sanji and Usopp meet up with Zoro and Chopper in the village. And basically, during that time, Nami tries to get away from Shiki, and Billy helps her, and that's when she finds the Sunny, and Luffy's there with it.
She escapes through the pool.
Yep. She has a fine bod, don't you think?
She escapes. Hey, she held her breath for a long time. That was a long distance.
Yeah, it was funny when Billy started pecking at her face.
Facts.
When she gets angry. It's really funny. Basically, with Nami's escape, Robin discovers that Shiki was planning to release all the mutated animals on the island to the East Blue to force the world government's surrender, and that he's planning to demonstrate the power against the village since they're helpless. Basically showing that Shiki was responsible for the East Blue attack in the beginning. Luffy, Nami, and Village end up joining the rest of the crew in Xiao's village. And then when Shiki discovers that Nami escaped, he goes to the village and defeats the Straw Hats that are there.
The first time.
Yes. And he offers to Nami a chance to rejoin as his navigator, and she goes with him on the condition that the village is spared.
That's a lie. It's always a lie. Never trust it.
Well, Shiki was the villain, of course, from the very start, so I think it's obvious to know that he wasn't going to be...
Never trust Shiki. He's not worth nothing.
After all that, Robin ends up joining the rest of the group with everybody else. And Xiao, since Luffy ended up being unconscious when Nami left, Xiao gave him a tone dial that replayed Nami's message that she was leaving the crew. And Luffy, of course, being angry that one of his crewmates, or like family to him, were taken, he basically goes to fight Shiki.
Well, see, Luffy also didn't even listen to the tone dial all the way anyways. And he thought it was Nami telling them to forget about her.
Yeah.
Which, because of that, it pissed him off because he thought she was saying that, so he wanted to basically confront Nami about it and cuss her out about it, per se.
Well, I think you've noticed from the show, Joker, that Luffy treats his whole crewmates like family.
Yeah.
Mason, after Luffy hears Nami's message, he, of course, goes to the palace, and while that happens, Nami is trying to destroy the plants in the palace because she knows Shiki is not going to keep his word. But during that time, Nami gets poisoned herself. And as punishment, Shiki traps her near the plants and heads off to a pirate gathering group of his fellow pirate members. And basically, during that time, the Straw Hats just launch a preemptive strike against Shiki and his henchmen, but that seemed more like a straightforward strike, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. It really did seem more of a straight fight right there.
Yeah, because they just barged in face first.
They didn't even think. They just, I'm gonna get you.
The whole Straw Hat crew manages to defeat all the henchmen, and Chopper and Usopp go to find Nami in the process. Nami, though, ends up getting found by Billy first, and Billy helps destroy the plants just as Chopper and Usopp get there. And Chopper, being their doctor, realizes that the IQ medicine is the only thing that can save Nami. Basically, during that time, Luffy engages Shiki in the final match, or the final duel, whichever one you want to call it, really.
Finish him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to.
Yeah.
That's exactly what would have happened to.
Yeah. Chopper and Usopp find the IQ plant, but of course it's being held by Dr. Indigo. But who comes to their rescue? None other than Zoro. And Zoro manages to defeat Dr. Indigo
with the
Nine Sword
style, which is the move that I was talking about earlier that I said something about.
You said it was.
It's actually pretty cool how he just, he goes from a 3-sword, right? And then all of a sudden, you piss this man off, and he goes demon mode, 9-sword style. Let's go. Come on now. Like, it's like he just automatically grabbed like 6 more faces and was holding 6 more heads. I mean...
Yeah, that's how Zoro does things, but how much you want to bet that he got there because he was lost?
True that.
He just heard that while he was wandering around.
Mm-hmm. That's all it was.
Basically, thanks to Zoro, Nami ends up recovering. And then During another fight with a captain known as Scarlet, who has Robin hostage, Sanji and Brook come to her rescue, and of course Sanji goes nuts because Scarlet's trying to kiss him. But Sanji ends up winning, but Brook comes to Robin's rescue. And of course that made him really mad.
That made Sanji so mad. You took the best part.
I'm gonna skin you alive. Which Brook has none.
He does realize I don't have any skin to skin me alive, right?
Well, you haven't seen Brook in the show, but skull jokes are just his thing.
No, I kind of figured that out through the movie. You know, I kind of figured that out. Like whenever the first part that got me with him, whenever the ants came in to play, and they was just going after the other guys, and then the shark popped up, so they went after the shark, and he was like, he looks just like me now.
Hey, the funniest part of that incident was when Brook got pissed because he thought the ants thought he wasn't good enough.
I know, right? I'm not good enough for you.
But you gotta admit, what he did to them was pretty awesome.
I did like that.
Yeah, so
you
you
3
verse humming.
Yeah, that's right.
Arrow, not slash, which is all his moves are named after music in some way. And yes, he is a swordsman as well, like Zoro. But he's
not a swordsman like Zoro. Don't lie.
Well, I mean, he doesn't use 3 swords, no, but he is a sword user. He is a
swordsman, but he is not a swordsman like Zoro. All swordsmen are different.
Well, his sword style is based off music. If I recall, he didn't use it in the movie, but he does have a move called Lullaby, which he puts people to sleep with. Yeah, so, yeah, Brook was the main hero for Robin in the movie, not Sanji. But I'm pretty sure Sanji's gonna get another chance one day. Continuing after where she defeated Scarlet, Nami, Usopp, and Chopper end up tricking Shiki into redirecting the ship, his ship specifically, to an island, forcing his crew to flee. Now the island is heading straight towards a storm. The Straw Hats in the meantime rig his whole palace with explosives, and he refocuses attention on defeating the Straw Hats. But Luffy uses an electric charge and knocks Shiki to the ground thanks to Billy's help. And that way, Luffy is the winner of their duel. And in the process, the Straw Hats end up escaping with the Sunny, and they use Shiki's pirate sail as a parachute to get down there, back to their ship. But Luffy ends up being recovered by Billy, and while the villagers are shown flying away using their wings on their arms. For some reason, these villagers all had wings on their arms.
Yeah, and they never knew why. They never knew why at all, but they did, whenever Shiki was defeated and the island started falling, they did jump off and take their wings to fly.
Yep. The Marines end up capturing all the pirates that retreated, including Shiki, and the Marines end up witnessing the island's crash into the sea, and then they also spot the Sunny, and the Straw Hats end up escaping from the Marines. But the final gag is that at the very end, Luffy later hears Nami's SOS message.
It was really a love message to the whole crew.
But Nami...
Come save me, please.
Nami threw it over the board in embarrassment. And if I recall, she ended up beating the crap out of Luffy after that, didn't she?
If I'm not mistaken. Because every time she went to throw it, he reached out there and grabbed it.
Yeah. That's her natural gag to beat up Luffy.
But man, at the end of that message, it was just saying, basically, it was saying what she has basically stated was to prove her wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember what she said right before prove me wrong, but I think she said like, and if you can't, or if you can prove me wrong, or something like that. But he never heard all of it. Like Luffy never heard all of it.
Till the very end, at least.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's basically One Piece Strong World in a nutshell. Basically, we want to cover some highlights in this movie. I mean, of course, the very beginning kind of threw us off because it was like all the Straw Hats are in a random place, and usually the Straw Hats in their movies.
I was looking. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, wait, okay, there's Luffy. There's I can't remember what order they came in, but whenever they was going, I was like, wait, okay, where the heck is Zoro? He's not here now.
Yeah.
He was the only one that I did not spot right off rip. I was like, what the heck? Does he not have a part to play this time?
Every Straw Hat has a part to play in these movies. It's not like the My Hero movie we watched. Like, for some reason, the author in My Hero, like, oh, these actors got a big role. Now these over here are gonna get a big role. Now here is gonna get a big role. But always the ones who get the biggest role in every My Hero movie are the big three, of course: Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki. But in the One Piece movies, every crew gets a big role. They always get a happy part. But I mean, out of all the crew members, other than Luffy, the one who really shined the most, of course, was Nami. This was her movie, no doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
This was all about Nami.
Nami got stolen from the crew. The crew had to get Nami back, and that was basically the whole gist of the crew. I mean, of the movie was Nami getting took, and the crew having to fight to get her back.
Yeah, but I mean,
that was like the main. You know what I'm saying? If you go down to the T, to me, that's how I look at it. Like. Well, every crew member gets took, or something happens to every crew member that I've seen so far. And Nami, this one with Nami's, it was just like with Crocodile.
Oh, you mean no, not Crocodile? You mean Arlong? You're talking about Crocodile was the one in the desert. Remember, for the
either one of them. Arlong or Crocodile. It's kind of the same way as that. It's just longer with this one. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, if you're big Nami fans, The Strong World is definitely a movie for One Piece you want to watch.
For sure.
Which do you think is more popular to you, Joe? Nami or Robin?
Oh no, I kind of like the way Nami's fighting spirit is, but I kind of like the way Robin's devil fruit power is.
Yeah, her devil fruit power is awesome. I like Robin more than Nami. The only thing I just don't like about the show is that after the kind of a little spoiler here for you, Joe, but I don't like how, they made Robin look kind of different after the time skip, because it's like they completely changed her whole look and made her look like a completely different character.
I don't think I've hit there yet.
No, it's after the Sabaody Archipelago. You haven't even seen where Luffy meets Boa Hancock.
No, I definitely haven't seen that.
They haven't even gotten the Sunny yet. You haven't even met Frankie and Brooke yet.
No. I'm so far behind you guys. Leave me alone. It's okay if you want to pick on me. Go right ahead. I'm not gonna bother.
I mean, I started One Piece late too, but the reason why I kind of caught up a little bit faster was because I skipped a lot of the arcs that didn't have anything to do with the manga.
See, I'm watching them all. I'm going all in. Yeah. One episode after next, after next, after next, after next. Go in, fool.
Yes. Go in full throttle if that's what makes you feel better. And also, back on the topic of the movie, Nami is like the big hit, of course, but also there's a lot of other great things there as well. Of course, Zoro, of course, has his big move, and of course is like a comic relief in the movie. Zoro, when he's not fighting, is always like a comic relief in One Piece.
Yeah.
Along with him and Sanji when they partner together.
Mm-hmm. They're always arguing or challenging each other.
They're basically arguing really over who's better. They're really childish, basically. Yeah, like, I will take orders about food from a guy who wears a belly warmer. And there's like, Ballman's here to kick some ass. And then Zoro's like, gotta hand it to you. You look like a real prince. From the kingdom of lame asses. And the funny thing is that Sanji actually really is a prince. From the Vinsmoke family. Another big spoiler for you, Joe. But also, of course, everyone else has a big move there, of course. I think the one who, out of all the Straw Hats, who didn't get a big shine, of course, was probably Frankie, in my opinion. Frankie didn't get a big show because Brooke and Robin definitely got their moments, too.
Yeah, Brooke and Robin got theirs.
Frankie was kind of just there in their group, the way I saw it, at least.
That's how I saw it. Frankie is the one with the...
blue hair. He's the one who built their new ship, the Sunny.
He's the one that had the hands that came up, the one hand that opened up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and the other hand with the glove or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, see, I didn't even see him use anything, really.
Well, he's sort of like
he's like a robot, it seems like.
more cyborg. He was born a person, then he rebuilt himself. That's why his arms are like so big. But he like completely built himself from the ground up. I think it was because, if I recall the reason why he did it, it's been a while since I've watched that arc. But he was dying at the time. And he did it to save himself. Well,
what I mean by, like, he didn't really, like, use anything. He went to use his stuff on the ants. And, the bone,
Brooke?
Brooke, yeah. Brooke took care of him instead, so he just said, you know what, whatever, and didn't use anything. And then I don't remember him using any powers or really fighting.
Well, he, like I said, he's the mechanic of the ship. He's the one who builds everything and, creates everything a lot for the Sunny. But, I mean, yeah, Frankie didn't really do much from what I saw. I mean, I didn't even see him strike his famous pose. He has the stars on his arm. He, strikes a pose like that. And he's also... But you did get to see him, I believe, wearing his signature thong. Yeah, he wears that a lot. The whole time. In the show, too. But I guess, besides him, the only other one who didn't get much screen attention to me was Chopper. But of course, Chopper was the one who saved Nami's life. Because he's their doctor.
Yeah, he's the doctor, and he's like, we need a doctor. Oh, yeah, that's me.
Chopper doesn't get much what he's given credit for. He's, got the lowest bounty, and he, does so much cool stuff. Because they consider him like a pet to the Straw Hats.
Well, I mean, he is a reindeer.
That can talk and can buff up like
He's still a reindeer. I look at him as a pet, too.
Of course,
hey there, poor baby. It's okay.
You look at everybody weird other than Zoro. Honestly, if it wasn't for Zoro and Sanji are the complete comic relief.
If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't even I don't know. If it wasn't for them, I would probably watch it, but I would be like, man, it's like not as fun.
It's not as honestly, without Zoro and Sanji, it probably wouldn't be that fun. But when I first started watching the show, I thought that that Nami was going to be their first crew member because she's such a key character. But when I found out it was Zoro, I was like, wow, so Zoro's their first character. But, I mean, yeah, so basically on the movie and not just on the show, look at us just getting off topic, talking to each other as well as talking to all of you. But we just want to make sure everyone, of course, has a good time when you come to listen to us.
We ain't here to be boring. Nope. And if anybody's got any ideas, just throw them out. We'll let y'all know how we feel about them.
Yes. Because don't forget, we take any requests from any anime made at any time. And it's not just animes, anything anime-based, even video games. So you want us to review Genshin Impact or the new Demon Slayer game, Hinokami Chronicle, please.
That's cool, we'll do it. Just give us a little bit of time.
Just give us some time to either play the game or to watch the anime, and we'll definitely give you a review. As a review on this one, I definitely give it an AniYay.
I give this one an AniYay as well. I like the way that they had it split up, basically. Even though it was kind of crazy, I like the way they had them split up. You know, they didn't just have them split up in the best pairs either. You get what I'm saying? Some was useless and some was not.
Well, some of them you didn't get to see them shine, and some of them you just didn't get to. They just, of course, stick with some of the popular characters. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I think the whole point of this movie was to shine on Nami more than anyone. Yeah. This movie, like I said, was Nami's movie. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, yes, definitely an AniYay. The only thing I found kind of iffy about it was it wasn't, straight to the point the My Hero movie was. It was just kind of, long, kind of moved.
It was a little long.
But then again, that's really kind of One Piece's style, because it's always been, even in the series, it kind of doesn't just go straight to the point. They kind of move kind of forward, kind of slow through the arc. We have you get 6 or 7 episodes before you get a fight. And I guess to some people that can kind of get kind of boring sometimes. But definitely, any fan of One Piece, I think, will love this movie. You should definitely go check it out if you haven't seen One Piece Strong World. As for us on our next review, we are currently looking over, but we have gotten a couple asks to do reviews on Tokyo Revengers as well as Kake Guri. As of right now, we don't know which one we're going to review first or what our next anime review will be, because we're currently still getting others here and there to ask us to review other animes. But definitely, we will keep you all posted on what our next review will be for next week.
We'll post it on one of our either on a comment on one of on this one, or we'll post it on the Instagram page and my Facebook page, one or the other.
We'll post it on Instagram.
Probably all of them.
Instagram, Facebook, and don't forget YouTube also has posts where we can drop.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Was we'll tag it in, we'll tag a post in with this on YouTube with this cast, and then whenever we decide by next week what we're gonna do.
And also with our reviews, we'll definitely give a shout out to the ones who are making the requests. So definitely
leave us your YouTube name and all too,
because we will definitely give a shout out to also have other fans go to your page if you are also a creator.
That's also one reason why we don't know which one we're going to do yet, because we still got to get some YouTube names.
Yes, there are some who have been requesting through YouTube, some who have heard us locally and have been making requests too as well.
Yeah.
But definitely, we will keep you all posted for anyone who are fans of our podcast. So, we'll go ahead and wrap this anime AniYayAniNay podcast up of episode 2 on One Piece Strong World. I'm your host, John.
And I'm Joey.
We're signing off. See ya.
On the next go.